Yeah, Christian Eriksen has been a player that Erik ten Hag has spoken glowingly about on a few times this season. And I was at the press conference a few months back when he got that injury. You'll remember he last started back in January, that FA Cup win over Reading, and then he got injured. It was a tackle by Andy Carroll that Erik ten Hag wasn't happy about at the time. It was a pretty nasty contact. Eriksen, remember, tried to play on, but ultimately had to succumb to that injury, and it was later found that he had that ankle problem. He's been out ever since, but there was welcome news a couple of weeks back when he returned to squad training. And what he brings to this team, Ten Hag has spoken about being almost like unlike any other player. He has that creativity, he has that ability to spot a pass, to create chances. Today, that was the question I asked to Ten Hag about how much more dangerous Manchester United look with Eriksen in the team, and he spoke about the 7 or 8 assists he's provided in the Premier League. He spoke about the creativity, and he spoke about that partnership with Casemiro, and having missed a pair of them. Remember, Casemiro has been suspended for the last 4 matches domestically, so having him back as well is a massive boost, because again, he's been one of the standout players this season for United. And what he does to that midfield dynamic too, I mean, look, Scott McTominay, to be fair to him, in recent weeks with his goal scoring, his all-round performance and energy, has really put his hand up for a place in that starting team, so he'd be very difficult to take out of the side. But what they do have is that increased competition for places. Eriksen and Casemiro add that experience as well, that know-how, that nous of playing in the very biggest games, in the very biggest pressure situations. And it also frees up Bruno Fernandes to move forward a little bit as well, because he's had to play a little bit deeper in recent weeks. He's not scored in the Premier League since a penalty in February, Fernandes, owing partly due to having to play a slightly different role. Has scored in the Europa League and FA Cup since, but to free him up and free up his attacking qualities also adds them that extra creativity. So, yeah, for United, it's a bit of a mixed bag, isn't it, on an injury front. To confirm that news today, then, that Rashford definitely out for a few weeks. Luke Shaw and Garnacho missing tomorrow, but with Christian Eriksen back, at least there's some light at the end of the tunnel, and what is a huge game for Erik ten Hag as he looks to try and secure a second trophy for Manchester United this season, and what he hopes will be a successful end to the campaign and a top 4 finish.